The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Coffee Time with Blind United. My name is Ed, and I got Brittany with me today. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning, everybody.
And then we have Brother George with us today.
Mr. J is supposed to be energetic for that music. Come on, I got to dance to say, what's up? Good morning, everyone.
I'll let you handle all that for me right now. And then, of course, my brother in the background, Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. I'm back here working out after that song. I'm pumped up. Nah.
It's your story. Tell it any way you want to, my brother.
Just messing around. Good morning.
I am a little tired. Almost got my computer almost fixed, straightened out, whatever. Got a few more tweaks to make to it today, so hopefully I'll be...
Mr. Davis, you're in Windows 11. So real quick, Windows 11 right now, your first impressions, is it a huge difference than Windows 10? So people that are hearing.
Hold on, George. Welcome to Windows 11, Ed.
I mean, I haven't really noticed a whole lot of difference yet. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't. That's not my learning curve at this moment. You know, it's just getting used to the way. My new computer is all it is. I mean, my biggest issue right now is I don't have my damn bump dots on my keyboard, so I'm lost.
Do you have any bump dots?
Yeah, I got some. I tried to put some on here this morning, but they only work when you use extra glue.
You know what you should try, Mr. Davis, is when you poke your nose, just put the residuals on the keyboard and they'll harden. And
okay, Mr. Germophobia over there talking about putting boogers on the keyboard and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to, I don't know.
It works.
That's your story. I'm glad you know. I'm not putting my hand on your keyboard ever.
Well, enough with keyboards, guys. But back to the Windows 11. Yes, some people prefer Windows 10, and if you're one of those people, drop a comment, let us know, give us a couple of reasons, and But
let me ask you, Pedro, because you're a big Mac person, and honestly, your impression of Windows 11, I mean, it's not huge, right? I mean, it's workable, it's nothing problem, no JAWS problems, and
the last Windows system I touched, George, was a Windows 7, barely when it came out.
Wow, really?
I lost my vision, and I was like, man, they ain't got no tools for me for this. And I was really good at managing the computer and doing what I needed to do, my task that I was trying to do. I was one of them early iPhone jailbreakers that I used to jailbreak the phones for myself.
Do they still do that or not more? No more. Is that
a little bit? Now we have the features that we wanted. Before we didn't have a control switcher. You know, when you have all the little controls,
Yeah.
We didn't have that. So when I used to jailbreak it, I used to install something called a Springboard, and it used to have my 3G connectivity switch, my Wi-Fi, my Bluetooth, and I used to have my personal control center. And they
Oh
didn't
wow.
really have that. And then they didn't even have like a switcher that I was trying to switch through multiple apps. So I was able to add things. And even before Siri came out, they had voice control, and I was able to add extensions to that voice control that kind of gave it some Siri functionality. And then
Wow.
Siri came out because um, Apple took ideas from the jailbreaking community and brought them over. You
And
know,
just to make clear that when we say jailbreak, we're not talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about the phone breaking the iOS. So
yeah. Don't try no jailbreaks, no physical jailbreaks. We're talking about digital jailbreaks. We're talking about devices that we were trying to customize. When I had Vision, I was able to take out the little letters from the bottom of the apps, and make it look cool. Instead of square icons, I made them look circle. And then sometimes I wanted them all black, and sometimes I wanted the color schemes different. Sometimes I wanted them invisible, you know. So
now, once you break it, can you go back to the original iOS or not?
yes, yes, you
Okay.
can. And you're not breaking the iOS. You're just allowing you permissions to install stuff in the
Oh, okay,
background.
okay, okay. Like
Third
more
party stuff.
customized.
Basically creating a back door.
Yeah, so I could put these extra things that, where used to say your little signal bar and used to say Sprint, AT&T or whatever. I was able to put my name right there.
Haha, cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, by the way, the back door for those who are watching in El Paso, Mr. David's not talking about that bar. He's talking about something else. So. There should be a bar here in El Paso called the Back Door, and it was a good bar, but it was like, hey, hey, one of those, But
A back door.
All right.
But okay. Yeah, so that was
Wow.
pretty nice. There was a big fight, guys, back then. Apple was trying to say, if you jailbreak, you're voiding the warranty, and it's something similar to when you have a gaming system or an iPhone and you open it, you automatically voiding the warranty. But there was some fight in court that it made it, that they couldn't make you say that they couldn't fix the phone, you know.
isn't that when they
So
came out with that, 2, 3, 4 years ago, they had Apple had the self fix kit that customers could request to fix their battery or replace their battery? I don't know if you remember
I
that.
thought that was just for the screen.
No, that was for the battery
yeah,
too.
it was for the battery. You could have bought it, but it was for third-party vendors because Apple doesn't play good with third-party vendors. When they had
Oh,
their
okay, okay.
fingerprint and you used to go get your screen fixed and they put it all back together, the fingerprint would say it's compromised to the system and it wouldn't work. And Apple kind of tries to keep their devices in home. They want to fix everything, they want to do everything, and yeah, it maximizes the bottom line, but it's not fair when you're the only one fixing your own device and you can set a set price and everybody else is out of the room, and
I think that's why they're the first $1 trillion public company. I think 'cause they keep everything in house, unlike Android where you customize, the launching page or the launcher.
yeah,
By the
but see,
way,
that's customizing. We're
yeah, yeah,
talking about
exactly.
fixing. We're talking about fixing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That that's why I think Apple's been able to conquer that area where it comes to, and people know this that hey, my phone broke. Well, you have to go to an authorized dealer or Apple store, otherwise the warranty is voided. Which is, by the way, real quick, we're on Facebook page, the Blind United, and the Facebook group for Blind United.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Everybody.
A lot of good posts in the interest group on Facebook, guys. If y'all need information, y'all just want to drop some knowledge. Also, head over there to Facebook, drop a comment, let us know you're there. Say hi. We say hi back. But yes,
And
George,
and
there was. Uh-huh.
also while you're on that, I was just gonna say, Brittany is the main one that keeps up with the group and stuff like that. So,
Brittany
Brittany,
does
I
the thing.
appreciate you handling that part of it for us, sweetheart. And
Thank you.
I know you engage with them folks all the time. So,
Yeah, she does some posts. I see that. Pretty cool. How do you do those emojis? That's pretty neat. I'm not really into emojis, but
You're not into emojis?
No.
Emojis are
Thought you
dope,
would have
George.
I should
Some
learn to
things-
get into emojis.
Hey, look, some things are better said with emojis than words. Sometimes.
No kidding.
I agree.
There's one that has a dog poop, a pile of dog poop. I like that one.
Oh yeah.
No, it says steaming pile of dog poop.
Steamy, sorry.
Yeah,
Correcting me.
yeah, that's what it says.
Steamy pile.
No, but
Uh,
we're represented there too. You know, like I know how we were saying about the Olympics. Right quick, we're represented in emojis too. We have a blind man, a neutral blind person, and a blind woman, and we also have a blind cane emoji, just a blind cane.
We
White
do,
cane.
we do.
Really? Oh, cool. All right.
Mhm.
That is a white cane emoji. Well, Pedro and them, they be shooting that one at me all the time.
Oh,
Speaking
because that's
of
how I put you as a contact.
Yeah, you got me in your phone as Ed White Cane.
Yeah, and white
And-
cane.
It's funny.
So where I have Ed White Man, so don't worry about it.
But look,
Wow, that
this is
took a
funny, George.
direction. Monica
when I
said
write a
good
message-
morning, guys, and she's
Good
happy
morning,
that
Monica.
Ed is back. And
Hey, good morning,
Whistler
Monica.
also said that he likes the idea of jailbreaking Siri.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what we could probably do. He just gave me a good idea. Jailbreaking and making extensions for that. Ooh-wee.
He's another Mac guy that he likes to. He's an outlaw, rebel, or whatever you want to call him. Welcome, my brother. How you doing this morning?
What's up, Whistler?
I'm sorry I didn't send you a link because you don't never use the damn thing, but appreciate you for dropping in on the comments anyway.
We got to
So-
include that one. We got to include him in the links now.
Who's that? Who? I didn't hear the name.
That's my buddy Whistler.
Oh, Whistler. Hey, I want to meet him. Hell yeah.
Well, I've been trying to tell him that part, but he wants to be Sedity and sit up there in Sacramento like he's too good for all of us. It's all good.
And also, what we could maybe do with jailbreaking, if we are able to accomplish that, is maybe change the voice synthesizer and add one. What do we
Now,
could add
Pedro,
Jaws
with
one?
With the jailbreaking, can you, like, in essence, write a script, or not write a script, but you know what I mean? Like, make your own commands, or you have to get them from like a reservoir or a bank or something like that?
You need somebody that's knowledgeable and is able to put them together. You know, run it
Okay,
as
okay.
it runs like a command line almost. You know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
See,
you can find. I remember when I was doing it, you're able to get APIs, and then you're able to, to tell it what you kind of want, and then you go look up all the different commands and gather them together, and then start building it yourself. Sometimes you didn't have to build from scratch. You're able to kind of take from places, you know. But I
it's
don't know how the
almost like
whole.
that
Mhm.
shortcuts thing where you can bite on other people's shortcuts that they've created or whatever.
Yeah, a little like that, a little like that. And Apple actually took the Shortcuts app from an app that used to be on, well, still, it was on iOS, and they had something similar that were utilizing things like that. And Apple ended up getting the Shortcuts app, and it used to be called something else, and they switched it to Shortcuts, and they
Is it Android or
integrated-
are you talking about Android or iOS?
No, I'm talking about iOS. You can
Oh,
find
okay.
that app in Android too, but it's not Shortcuts. It's another one. Apple changed the name, integrated through the back of the iOS. Now it does way more.
Okay.
Yeah, it does way more. You could do a lot. Like, remember how I was doing the synthesized voice? Well, I used to just run a shortcut, pop out a text field, put in the text, and it will generate it in 2-3 seconds, and
Oh, wow.
it will be already the voice, everything into a synthesized voice. The problems I was having is switching the rate speed and switching the voice. It was just a basic Alex voice of iPhone.
Well,
Now, have you
on
tried?
that
I
note,
saw-
I'm sorry, George. On that
Go ahead.
note, Pedro, I got my voice back.
Yeah.
No,
got your-
the voice we were using for the audio clips.
It just took you to update to
Your computer, right?
Yeah. I tried it out yesterday when George was
wow.
on the phone, and it right there, no problem. It just came right on. I was
What
like,
the
okay.
hell? And I don't even have it on my. I wonder what it is. I wonder if you backing up your files and putting them back there, something hit a switch. I don't know.
You know, it might
uh,
be because the 365 because you signed into the .org. So maybe that's why.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
know.
could
I don't
be.
know. I don't
But
know.
talking
But
about voices, I have a real quick question for all of us because all of us, I think, have Alexa, right? You have Brittany. Don't you have Brittany? Don't you have Brittany? Don't you have Alexa, Miss Brittany?
Yeah, I think everybody pretty much has Alexa. But before you do that, Whistler had a few comments. His
Okay.
comment was one of his comments is that VoiceOver has eloquence, like the iOS version of VoiceOver has eloquence, and
Mm-hmm.
there's also a guide dog emoji. So for those who are into that, it's there.
yeah,
So
Oh,
those were Whistler's two comments.
I think
hey,
Fashawn and them have used that one a couple times.
yeah, you put the dog emoji, and then you put the poop. It could say, "I'm walking my dog to go take a poop."
No,
No
no, no.
words needed. No
Pedro,
words
let me ask you
needed.
this before I forget. I can ask you
Hmm.
earlier. Is it true? I saw somewhere, I think on Apple Viz. Like, let's say you're saying, I ate some bad food, barfing emoji. Can you say it and it'll input the emoji, or do you have to go pick it?
You have to go
They
pick
do
it. I've
have an
been trying.
emoji search, don't they? I'm pretty
Yes.
If
sure I
you're
see.
typing in a word, like let's say you're typing in like, oh, I am sick, then like let's just say you're typing in SIC and then like it sees that you're doing that, it'll do like a face with a thermometer, like a face vomiting. So like if
A
you're typing
suggestion.
in,
Right in the suggestions, what
yeah, if you're
words would be
typing in
suggested, George.
words, then it'll
Yeah, they have
suggest
emojis there.
emojis. Yeah.
But I mean, you can add it in the dictation that you're, let's say, doing a
You
text message.
can, but let me tell you, it doesn't uses the emoji. It uses the previous one, the
Mm.
emojicon or something like that. So let's say I say, "Hello, how you doing?" Smiley face emoji. You have to say emoji behind it, and it will put a little line with the dot, the parentheses and all that, and makes it look
Oh,
like a
okay,
little
okay,
face,
okay.
like back in the days. That's how he's gonna do it.
Do you remember that
Um,
one?
I heard that you were able to though, but I haven't had any success. I've been trying it. I tried it different
Does
ways,
anyone
and
know? Does anyone remember this past emoji? Period I or period L period.
mm-mm.
Suppose I was joining the middle finger.
That is
Okay.
crazy. And then they had the line with with the semicolon, the winking
I'm
your
so
eye and
glad I
stuff.
didn't have a mobile phone back when everybody was had to do all the symbols and stuff like that, and
Man, I
then
had a mobile phone
they
since
hit
the
it say
2000s.
hit the number two three times to get the letter C. Man, I'm so glad now I'm good.
Oh man, I hate
And
that shit.
they still have flip phones, so people still have flip phones. So.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
they do. They do.
but
They
most of
do.
them they don't text. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have one for the blind people. It's called Blind Shell.
Well, no, they got your girl got a regular flip phone. It ain't a blind shell. It's just a flip phone.
Yep. I know folks that still wanted to stay in a flip phone, but I told them, hey, move to an iPhone, regular sided folks, and now they're more happy.
I'm gonna leave that conversation alone because
The only one I've seen that have flip phones are the X seals because they know that people they know that the phone is monitored. So don't going back to what we had said many months ago about I can't do this because I can't take this medication or shot because the government's gonna know what I'm doing. Shoot, they tell you what. Look at your phone right now. I bet you say a brand, and whoever's listening, try this. Say like for example, Lucky Charms. Give it a day or so, and look at your feed on Facebook. I guarantee you're gonna be General
That's
Mills.
why that's why when you get permissions for these apps that tell you, can I connect to other devices on your network? Can I talk to other applications on your phone? You always say no. It's not there, and it's not there. It's not there for them to always grab. Even on cookies, I always put denial because if they want my information so they could turn around and sell it, and I could get all these spam calls, they should just pay me. Pay me for this oil you want because that's what they want.
Well, why do I have a feeling someday in the future that's going to happen? 'Cause remember
That
when
is,
the
mhm.
college football players? Oh no, we can't pay you guys. You're amateurs, and now look now they're paying the
Mhm.
college players after so many decades.
Well, but yeah, but that was also from a lot of pressure of overall the millions and millions and millions of dollars that the college
Absolutely,
athletes were bringing to the colleges.
absolutely.
It's the same thing with our data. We bring so much money to them. How you think Facebook is one of the top companies?
And the billions too, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
the last quarter they made like 1.3. I forgot how much it was, but it was in
They
the
make
billions.
billions,
Well,
So
that's how much they declared.
yeah, who knows how much they got on reserve and all that, but you
You know how
know,
they inflate when they're borrowing money and deflate when they're paying taxes.
Why are you talking about Trump again? I keep telling don't talk about him.
I just That's just a corporate way of life. That's what it
hmm
is.
and but yeah, they do fluctuate. Like I know Apple was a trillion dollar company, and then it went back down because it fluctuates. But yeah, so they think about that. So they want our data, us posting pictures and talking about our day. All that is information. Um that now the like police departments and stuff, they don't need a warrant to go and get your information from these companies too. Also, they're known to make fake profiles and friend request people and just to look at their pages. So for
But you
those
know what, Federal?
people, hmm
I sorry to interrupt you. I just remember a story that came out here in El Paso where the moms, the moms are all happy. The parents, oh, my kid's going to school the first day. La, la, la. They'll take a picture of their kid and they say, oh, my kid's first day at Stageland Elementary. And the police came out and said, you know what, don't do that because they see a picture of the kid and the mom's name is, they say, Gloria. And they'll come to hey, boy, your mom Gloria told me to pick you up. Oh, she did? Yeah. So, we gotta be conscious of stuff like, what we're doing on
you do,
social media.
you do got to
In
be
today's
cautious.
world, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of predators, and they use all of that. So,
There always been predators, just now they have new tools they're using. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, yeah, so I do be aware of stuff like that.
Well, remember last year, Mr.
Mhm.
David, I brought this up, and I'm glad you mentioned about the predators, folks. And it's just, the new school year is coming up. So, the lady that helps us here at the Vibe, she's really good. We asked her to do things, she'll do it. I mean, she's awesome. But her daughter, I forgot she's 5 or 6. She's young. But somebody was texting her from an email, okay, texting her from an email and asking her, "Oh, how old are you? What school do you go to? Can I see a picture of your teddy bear?" Just real weird stuff. And to the daughter, somehow some asked the mom, "Can I take a picture of my teddy bear?" And she's like, "Why?" "Oh, my friend wants to see it." Your friend? So she saw the email, and there was supposedly some kid from local high school. But just be careful, folks. Keep an eye on your kid's phone because you never know.
Yeah, and yeah, it's good to be aware, guys. I know kids sometimes. I have my childs too. I have two that are barely gonna hit teenager years, and I have to be watching out what they're doing because these kids do things like what they called it the man, what they called it. It's basically a page where they take pictures of you and post them and make fun of you, the whole school and stuff like that. So you have to be careful and excuse me too.
a lot of different stuff out there nowadays.
It's sad, right? But
Yeah, it is. It's really, really sad. I mean, and then again, well, I mean, it's another topic or whatever, but just the mental health situation here in America is most of these folks that's what's wrong with them. They got mental issues, and you know, they need help. They really do need help.
and it's funny that you say that, Mr. Diaz, because isn't it like remember like me and you back in the day, and the '80s, and no cell phones, no nothing, And there's times that I'll put my phone away on purpose, and I feel so good. Like, cool, I don't have to worry about emails or Facebook or, from a mental health, or what happens when you wake up. Right away, you reach for the phone, see what the latest news is or whatever. But, for kids, as they're developing their little brains, that becomes a part of them, the cell phone, right? And
Well,
that's not
yeah.
good. That's not
Yeah.
good.
I mean, and again, each generation grows up with something the generation before them didn't have.
Yeah. Can I say real fast about that? So, Pedro, when you're younger, you're like in your 40s, no?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember playing when you were younger that you hold a football into a triangle and hit it with your fingers?
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
ever try
yeah.
that? Okay,
Well,
so
we did that, so that's way older.
Yeah.
We did that.
So yesterday I was talking to a gentleman. He's my age, and I was, we're talking about the iPhone. I go, look, when you flick up or flick down. He's like, what do you mean? I go, flick. Yeah, when you flick up. What? I go, okay. Remember we did the paper football? Oh yeah, look at that gesture. So it's kind of funny, right? That I had to use something from back in the 80s
Yeah,
to
or
teach something
throw.
now.
Think of your throwing a marble, or like flick up like that, or playing
But-
jacks and stuff like that. But
Yep.
Well, just
Oh,
so
by the
you
way,
know,
people-
again, I played that game in the '60s, George.
Oh really?
yeah,
Okay.
Ed is showing us his age right now, Joe.
Right on, okay.
Any comments,
I'm proud-
Brett? Any more
the-
Whistler
the-
comments?
The goal is to get to my age. That's the goal.
Amen to
That's
that, man. Amen
always
to
the
that.
goal, is to get to the age. Yeah.
You still there, Brett? Or we lose you?
No, I'm still here. It's the half of the hour. We might as well do the commercials.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know if there was any
Boom,
comments.
ba-da-bum, boom.
Whistler said that he likes his slide keyboard that he has. Hold on, let me see what it's called. Pantech Duo slide keyboard.
Say that again.
Whistler loves his Pantech Duo slide keyboard.
Okay, yeah, I think it slides like apart. It becomes like a full keyboard, and it's portable. I was looking for something like that, like a foldable or slidable keyboard, so I could just start typing. Because dictation and Access or an Uber and the train, I ain't trying to do all that. Sometimes I
So,
need
look,
to just
before we
pop
go
out
to
the keyboard. Mm-hmm.
Pedro, before we go to break, real quick, I had two customers ask me, and I don't know how to respond to this. Can you, excuse me, can you connect a physical keyboard, like, connect, like physically connect it into the electrical port, the C port? Can you do that, or does it have to be Bluetooth?
Into their iPhone, the new one.
Let's say
Like
they
an
had,
iPhone
I think
15?
they had an iPhone 14, and they're asking me, can they plug in the keyboard, of course, an adapter into their iPhone? I'm like, you know what? I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
It could, and it might see it and stuff like that. I've never done it like that. I do have a USB-C keyboard that I was thinking of buying an adapter and putting it to my phone to check it out, because I actually do have one too. That's a wired keyboard. But sometimes with wired, guys, and that's what I was telling some of my blind folks too, with wired headphones. Sometimes you might hit the cord that might make your phone fly out your pocket, or if you forget.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're used to having wireless all the time now. So imagine you forget that your keyboard is connected to your phone, and you get up and your phone flies. So be aware. Sometimes Bluetooth might be a better choice. I know you might need batteries to charge the device, but you could put your phone in your pocket and just start typing, or put it in your bag and just maneuver everything with your phone and your AirPods on your ear. But
Okay.
just a quick tip,
Feeling lucky? Join Blind United for a thrilling day at Viejas Casino and Resort. Slaw Machine. Mark your calendars for Friday, August 9th. We're rolling out from 2 locations, Montclair and Buena Park at 9 a.m. sharp, so don't be late. For just $21, you can enjoy a ride filled with fun, refreshments, and the chance to win big. Remember, space is limited, and the deadline for your payment is July 20th. All bookings are non-refundable after July 20th. Bring your poker face and your ID and get ready for a day of excitement and entertainment. No worries about the drive. We've got you covered. You can just relax there and back. Book your spot now. Contact Cheryl at 909-821-9589, see Thurston74@gmail.com, or Pedro at 323-631-2122, P. Aguilera at blindunited.org. Let's hit the jackpot together. You can sell your payments to Blind United Incorporated by using the email blindunited2022@gmail.com.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
Hey, Wesley, who does that voice remind you of, my brother? But anyway, back to the bus thing. Again, we're still, we got a few more days, y'all. Till what, Tuesday is a cutoff for, I'm going shopping Wednesday. So Tuesday, we're going to cut that off, and so I can go shopping and make sure I get enough snacks for.
Inquiring minds want to know, what types of snacks are you getting?
Whatever they got on the shelf when I get to the store.
Oh, that's not really that helpful, but bus 2 is better, you guys. So if you guys have to get on a bus, it'll have to be bus 2. They'll probably have better snacks. Who knows?
How they gonna have better snacks when I'm buying all the snacks?
Guys, we'll be at a Walmart. You get your own snacks.
Yeah, they'll be at
There
a
you go.
Walmart. They can get
Well, I mean, hey, y'all can go ahead on and do that. I can, that just be more money for Blind United that I don't have to spend. And they add
But
that to the.
You know what we forgot
Really
today,
wild.
guys?
Mm.
What you forgot, Pedro? Come on, man. What's today? August the 1st. What's August the 1st, guys? Come on. You don't know?
I'm waiting.
The NFL Hall of Fame game, the Bears and the Texans tonight at NBC. What's up? Yeah.
Well, I mean, George, I'm sorry. I'm not a football fan like that no more. And I wasn't into all of those bowl game kind of things anyway.
I gotta see if I got it in my radio app. Otherwise, I'm not watching because I like to know what's going down.
Is
I
it
like
going to be audio
details.
described, George?
I'm sorry?
Audio description.
No.
Yeah, well, like Pedro says, the only way you could do that if you go to the radio, like tune in or whatnot, because, yeah, the TV.
Oh, now you're
Yeah.
here. I could ask you, George. What do you think we need to get on these shows, right? Especially sports events like the Olympics, like let's say the Super Bowl, in these NFL games and other sports, to have more detailed, let's say a descriptive audio track behind it, even giving a few descriptions of what's happening, because sometimes the announcers ain't that great on doing that on TV, and I think it's because they're thinking, oh, everybody's watching, they're not, they don't consider.
And
the
you know
blind.
what? That's funny you mention that, because a friend of ours, and that you all met him, Abel. He does the NCAA football in Spanish for NMSU and UTEP. And I asked him that question, like, why don't they do that? Why don't, it is annoying because they think that everybody can see it and everybody's yelling like, what's going on? What's going on? But he said it's really up to the broadcasting company, whoever's doing it, right? If it's NBC or the college sports or whatnot. But you're right, Pedro, because, when we watch sports, folks, we want to see what's going or know what's going on in real time, not having to, what happened? Who scored? Or,
Yeah,
And
everybody's cheering, and you're like, "What? What just happened? It's an
exactly.
interception." You can't even enjoy it, you
Or
know?
you're, I gone to football games, and they're like, run, 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 run. I'm like, what do you mean run? I thought they were on defense. What the hell are you talking about? Because
Mhm,
they
mhm,
interrupted, they intercepted it. And you're right,
mhm.
Pedro. You are absolute. But this goes back to what you say, Mister Davis. We have to be united. I think if we all got together and had that big voice, I think company really would make an effort, at least
Well,
to do a
they
little more.
would, just like they have the closed captioning and all that other stuff.
Amen.
You
Mhm,
know,
mhm.
I
And
mean,
oh,
even even on a lot of your sporting events, they have closed caption running across the bottom because of the deaf folks that watch football, basketball, or all of that. You
yes, yes.
know,
And
so
about the Olympics, I did hear from someone that you could watch them on Peacock and turn on your audio descriptive, and they should be described according to this person. And it shouldn't just be Peacock. It should have been across all
True.
broadcasting networks, guys. We
but
should
see, there's
able.
only a few of these networks, Pedro, that are really getting with the audio description project. Because basically, that's who's pushing this, right?
Yes, this
And
project's been happening since 2016. How many years it's been?
but okay,
7, 8.
when you're sitting at the top and you got billions of dollars, you're not worried about a little small minority of folks. You're not going to add that much to the to their bottom line. We're such a small community. They figure that the investment does not it's not worthy. It's not
Okay, now it
Yeah,
sounds like we need
it all comes to the
lawsuits and we need guidelines and we need uh
right,
uh
right,
uh
right.
what you when someone doesn't cooperate and they get a fine, I think they need to start
well. That's what
putting
I was gonna say that it all
implementing
comes
that.
to the dollars. I'm sad, it's sad to say that because, for example,
Mm-hmm.
if something happens with you in regards to discrimination, like here we have I forgot the name of the company. It's a company. Anyways, when we call to say, I've been discriminated, and like when I got fired, I ended up finding a lawyer. But when I call this company, and it is a company, I go, yeah, I got discriminated because whatever, whatever. They're like, well, how much money did you lose? I'm like, excuse me? I could care less about the money. I got discriminated against, But they're like, well, what's the financial loss? I'm like, whoa, what the heck? You
Because
know,
they got to get paid. So
of
if there's
course,
no
of course,
financial loss, they don't care about principle. I mean, they may
exactly.
stand up on principle when they stand it up in that court, but it's
Mm.
them dollar signs that's going to get them in the court.
Going back to what Pedro just said right now about the billions of dollars, or you, Mr. Davis,
Right. I
those
mean,
guys don't care. You know,
even with the ADA right now, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I know a lot of these networks they're required to have X amount of hours a week or whatever it is of
That's the
audio
problem right
descriptive
there.
program. And bottom line, when you tell them, okay, well, you only got to have 3 hours a week. Okay, they're gonna give you them late night horror movies. You know what I'm saying?
No, 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 no. What I notice in broadcasting, what happens, um, let's say their prime time shows start at 8 or 9, and that's where they start having audio descriptor. Like let's say for Fox Broadcasting, my local Fox 11, when it's weekdays and their shows come on at 8, those have audio descriptive until 10, and basically that's it. And ABC and CBS, they have it at 8 to 11, and that's it. And then the only other broadcasting network, this is not cable, this is broadcast, that I see it have it besides just around the evenings when it's prime time is channel 13. I think is, what is it, UPN, I forgot but it's Fox now too. But they don't show nothing really new there, but they show old shows, and some of them have the audio descriptive, you know and cable, what I seen, there's only a few networks that have it, and like 3 or 4 from what I seen, that have it all day, all day. Whatever show, if they have audio descriptive, is on. All right, and then a couple more that just have it for a few hours, and that's it. And it's because
how do you
there's
enable
no
that?
repercussion.
How do you enable that, Pedro? Because I've never heard of that. So is it through let's say for Spectrum to the cable box, or how do you get
Okay,
that?
if you have a Spectrum in some of the menus, they have a options button in some of the
Okay, you're
remotes.
right. Yes,
You
sir.
hit the options button, you will have captions, screen narrator, and audio descriptive, and you
Okay.
turn it on. But it will say in some of your cable boxes will say SAP for in
Right,
Spanish, but that just means alternative track is what it actually is. It's a second
right.
lane, you
Basically,
know.
opens up another menu where you can choose whether you want Spanish or audio
No, it doesn't
description.
open up a menu. It just selects it, and if it's Spanish, it's gonna show Spanish. If it's audio descriptive, it's gonna show audio descriptive. If it's not,
Uh,
it won't show
okay.
nothing.
How about auto description in Spanish? There you go.
They do have it. I seen that. They
Oh,
do have
really?
it. Different
Okay.
languages. I seen it in Cero, and they have it in Cero with these shows that are in cable. That means cable is starting to have it.
Okay.
Okay.
I know that.
Yeah.
See, folks, you're learning something new every day.
Yeah, because I love audio descriptive. I must have it when I watch things. Otherwise, I feel like I'm missing out. I don't know what's happening, especially in theaters when it's a movie, especially when my headset dies. And I tell them, like, my headset died. I couldn't walk to the front. Hey, I didn't got to enjoy the movie. And they gave me a ticket to come back. And I feel like I deserve that ticket because I paid for the movie so I could understand it and watch it or listen to it and understand it, and that audio track makes a huge, huge
Yep.
difference to me.
Yep. You know what? Even my wife, Pedro, she likes it too now because sometimes the other day, well, not the other day, it's been a few months ago, I went into the kitchen. I heard her, she was watching Netflix on TV, and I heard the audio description. I'm like, what? So I walk in there, I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, I like this audio description. It's pretty neat. I'm like, okay. So it's not only for blind, but for some sighted people like it.
Yeah, there's some sighted people that they say they get more information of the movie and what's happening. You know, sometimes you get a quick a scene, somebody chasing another car, and you don't know who's in the back car. And I know who's watching the movie Crash, and the dude that the lady had cut off a few scenes back was chasing her, and the sighted person I was watching it with did not know it was him until the audio descriptive track said and described him. He was like, "Oh, I never knew that. I watched this movie so many times. I didn't know that dude was in that truck." And
Okay.
they get details that they might not get just visually because you have to be really into it and watch every detail, to get it. That's why watching
There,
sometimes
there's um,
watching.
there's a Netflix show. I think it's called Brain on Fire. I hope I'm saying that correctly. The audio description on that, Pedro, is, I
Mm.
mean, they're like a young girl on the table. She squints her face as her dad walks in. Stuff like that. I'm like, wow, that is. I mean, that one was really descriptive. For example, father sits down on the table, crosses his hand, and looks at his daughter with a stare,
I'm
a
gonna
steamed
go
look.
to get my nails
So
done and then go
it was pretty
to
neat.
the bank.
Yes,
Okay.
How
yes,
much did you
that's
say you
always
wanted?
neat
That,
when they do a great job because sometimes you have audio descriptive that they don't do a so much great job on describing. I just have one little issue about audio descriptive, and
I
it
hear door
comes to
close.
horror flicks. Okay, sometimes they tell you right before the action's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
happen,
Okay,
and
okay.
the object of a scary movie is to keep you on the edge of your seats and keep you like, oh snap, and make you jump. But if you tell me right before it's gonna happen, you just what killed it for me.
but
Pedro,
see, some of that description, or some of the audio description is that way, period, because they don't have time to tell you when it's actually happened. They have to slide it in where they can
Yes,
get it in.
but Pedro,
but
that would be
I
funny if you're in the movie theater and you're watching a horror movie and they tell you, you're like, run! And everybody's like, what the hell wrong with you? And
hmm
it happens.
hmm
You're telling them a
but
story.
yeah, you're right, Ed. But I have seen a few movies uh from one of my favorite studios. It's called Blumhouse. That they let the action part happen, and you get like, oh snap, and then they describe it right after, like boom, 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 right quick. When there's a quick break, and that sometimes I like it a little better. It depends on your preference, but it's a horror flick. Sometimes you wanna feel that, It's just like
Did
how
you
when
say
you was able to
Blood
see it.
Theater?
That's what he said.
What?
Blood Theater? Is that what you
Not
said?
Blood Theater. You want to get that I said Blunt House is was
Oh,
the
Bloodhouse,
studio house.
Bloodhouse.
Yeah, that's the
okay.
studio that makes some of these a couple of my favorite movies,
Uh,
and they're good at making horror flicks. Blunt House
uh,
Really?
guys.
Okay. I'm
Hmm.
never. I'm more into the picture games. You know, the espionage, CIA kind of stuff.
Oh, I like that stuff too, like Jack Ryan and all that.
Yeah. There you go, Jack Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
grandson was in here the other day. He's telling me about some way out, super horror stuff they got on YouTube now. That they just done went really deep with a lot of the stuff. Where I mean, they tell you if you believe in Christ and all that stuff, don't watch it because it'll make you go crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's just so far out there, man. No, y'all can have that shit. Y'all just making
Yeah.
mental health worse. But I mean, I've
And then
never been a big
that's
horror movie fan, period, though. But
There's
and
this
then,
horror flicks, and then there's gory horror that is like, oh, you can hear all the noise, all the blood. Oh my god.
well,
no, I'm gonna thank you. Nah, I'm good. I'm
thank
good
you.
with my sports and
I'm
my.
good too. I'm good.
Hmm.
Y'all can
Yeah.
have that.
I was talking about that when we what was the name of the Faces of Death? Remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dang. You know what, too? You know what category of movies has kind of been killed for me since I've been blind, that has been gone by the highway? Action flicks, man.
Really?
Action flicks, man. It's not
I
like,
mean, if you get a good audio description one, it's really good at describing the action.
okay, what about John Wick? That's so much action. I
But
watched it. I couldn't keep up with it. I was like, oh my god.
right, I mean, but you got it in audio description.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I
Okay.
think what it is, Mr. Davis, it's because I kind of understand what you're saying, Pedro. Because one time I was watching a movie, I forgot what it is, and there are actions going. So you're hearing the action, but the overlay, you know, the description, kind of gets in the way, so to speak. Like man running, shooting weapons, and you hear the shots, and then he jumps over this, and da 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 da. You're like,
Or sometimes they're late too because it's too much action happening.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any comments, Britt? Any more comments by any chance before we continue talking about
Gory.
rambling on
Just
about
said
audio
that Bus
descriptor?
2 is better, and that's it.
What was that?
Bus 2 is better, and that's it.
Oh,
That's
by
all
the
I could.
she
way,
wrote.
That was
Pedro,
Monica right there too.
Buzz too. Okay.
Pedro, I have a question for Bus Two. Inquiry
Oh,
minds want to know: has someone on this show bought their ticket for Bus Two?
actually, let me run down my naughty list right now. Let's see.
No,
I
I don't know.
wonder.
Oh, I did that. I didn't realize they were insinuating something, so I'm gonna be quiet.
We were talking about Miss Britt.
But hey, Pedro or Ed, if anybody leaves their cane on the bus, you can
There
give
she
it
goes.
to
Segue.
Jimmy.
Good segue. Good politician right there. Talking
You
about
can
that.
you could give your you could give their cane to Jimmy at YouCaneGive. That's youcanegive.org. That website again is youcanegive.org. Or if you have an old beat up raggedy cane at your house that you're not using, you can go to youcanegive.org, or you can email Ed at info@blindunited.org, and we'll send you a shipping label and you can send your cane to Jimmy. Jimmy refurbishes these canes and he gives them to countries that can't get canes, third world countries. So he's been to Africa, he's been to South America, he's been everywhere. And not only does he give these people canes, guys, he gives them a digital recorder that has the instructions of how to use the cane and how to repair the cane. So Jimmy's doing some good stuff over there. YouCaneGive.org, guys. And if you can't help Jimmy that way, you can go on his website, customcane.com. That's custom with a K. And you can get yourself some canes or cane accessories. He sells cane lights, cane holsters, different tips,
Miss
that
Britt,
kind of thing.
is it the same website as have you bought your tickets yet.com?
I don't know
Hey,
if it's the same website, George,
Kind
but
of reminds me of yesterday, folks. Real quick, and I don't want to segue too much away. But yesterday it was very frustrating. When someone asked a question, a direct question, never responded, and then regarding to someone that running for political office. I'm not saying which office. And yesterday they were asking him questions, and he would not answer them. And you're like, why can't you answer the questions? But yet they have no problems talking about their opponent. And it's just very frustrating because I see me in real life when I filed my ethics complaint against the city council here in El Paso. They would ask her questions and she wouldn't answer them. And I'm in the same room. I'm like, really? Seriously? You can't say yes or no, right?
those are professional skills right there.
Exactly. Oh, heck yeah. Those are skills. Those are really, and it's just, it's just, if,
They're dodging questions like they were dodging drafts.
oh, that's
Well,
a
he
good
did that
one.
part too. You didn't know that, right?
The what?
He had bone spurs, so he didn't have to
Yeah,
go.
there you go. My wife said something this morning. She was talking about we're talking about having pets when we were younger, and something her. But anyway, she was saying she goes, babe, I may be slow, but I ain't stupid. I'm like, well, I like that saying. I've heard it before, but that one I want to put it. I want to make a shirt. Say I might be slow, but I ain't stupid. Or maybe
Hmm.
I may be blind, but I ain't stupid. There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. What I seen yesterday on the journalist that they were doing, I felt uh that that person that's in that leadership position and running for office and stuff like that disrespected another person and didn't have no care in the world. That just speaks volume on what type of person he may become while when he gets in office and he thinks he has immunity. You know what I mean?
I
It
And,
mean,
and
just
you know, and the thing about that, people
his
they
character
don't.
was put front and center
There you go.
yesterday.
There you go. And the thing is about
mhm.
they have. Hold on, sorry, my computer's talking. But they have no problem talking about the opponent, but they
Why
don't
is
talk
your
about their
ear
own
talking,
content.
George?
I'm sorry.
I said, why is your ear talking?
No, my computer was talking. That they have no problem, talking about the opponent, even here locally, right, or on the state level.
Mhm.
They'll say, "Oh, my opponent didn't do this," but yet when you ask them a direct question about their campaign platform, they don't answer it. Like, for example, how you like they asked yesterday, how are you going to help the black community with inflation? The single family, nope. Oh, but this and that, and not buying tickets for bus two and this and that. But yet they don't answer the question, And
There's a new report out about the inflation thing too. They were saying that the person in charge of the Federal Reserve, what was his name? Is the same person that Trump put in, and they're speculating that he's having this prices the thing high because he prefers Trump to be in office.
I heard that too.
Yeah, that's a new report that just came out and is in the news. It's
But you know
going
what's funny,
around.
Pedro, and then
Hmm.
Mr. Davis, you probably more.
Project 2025, y'all. Go
But
check
Mr.
it
Pe-
out.
but Mr. Davis, I don't know if you're more familiar because it was back in the '80s, and I was too young for that. But is it true either Trump or his father had many allegations of housing discrimination?
Yeah,
Oh, it was
yeah,
Trump.
that's very true.
It was Trump. He went to
racial
court for it
racial
too.
discrimination.
Yeah. Look, he went to court, and one of the stipulations is to put ads welcoming people to his apartment. He had to do that. He didn't do it out of his heart. They made him do that. And he was like, I wanted people in my apartments of color and stuff." No, it was bull. And then he started saying that the lawsuit was for a lot of property owners. No, it was only for him.
Yeah, they were him and his daddy. I mean, his daddy was in court. They were slumlords in essence. I mean, they had their property that was slumlords in the hood that they didn't take care of, and then they had their other property that they discriminated and would not allow minorities to live in those other buildings.
The
You
reason
know,
was they're gonna put the property value down. They're gonna bring crime. They're gonna do
Well, look at
this. They're
that
gonna
other one. I forget who it was. I can't remember he was in on that one or not. But they built a new building in New York, and it was a residential building, and it was supposed to have. They use low income. It was supposed to be some low income housing, so they could get certain federal funding.
hmm
So in essence, the first 5 or 10 floors of the building were low income, and everything above that was regular high income stuff. But they had two different entrances. Those people
Oh, wow.
didn't come through the same lobby.
Wow.
Mm,
That
mm.
is that.
Okay.
Real quick, yesterday he said something, folks, and I guess I take it a little personal because of my heritage and living near the border. Is he kept saying immigrants, it's the same verbiage, same. The immigrants, the countries are letting their mental asylums open and the prisons open. They're all coming over here. And come on, folks. He needs to stop that because that's incorrect. And there's not.
But that's just their rhetoric, George. And
Exactly.
let's go to the other part of this that he really jacked up on. He's had a month to think about this, right? Because he first made the statement when he was doing the debate. Okay, oh, they're coming over and they're taking the black jobs. Okay, well, what is a black job?
Mm.
Right? That's what everybody was saying right after the debate. They asked him yesterday, what is a black job? He still couldn't answer. He said, well, it's any job.
Yeah. New numbers came out, and you know how it says immigrants are criminals and all the worst ones are coming through over here. Well, new numbers came out, and citizen crime is way up than any undocumented or documented immigrant because you got to think about this. You're you're illegal, right? You came in illegally and now you're getting your stuff. You're trying to work to stay here, not to come in here and create a crime and then get kicked back out to where you just try to leave from. It doesn't make sense.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that, Pedro, because, and you're right. You hit it right. There's people here now in El Paso that have been here 50, 60 years that don't have any documentation. Guess what, folks? The last thing they want is to be on the radar. They want to stay quiet, go
They
home.
low key. They did. They
Yeah,
operated, on the under, not on the underground level, but they just stay low key. They don't complain. They don't file reports. They don't none of
And
that. They go to work, do their job,
it's like
and
an
they,
enclave. It's like an enclave here in El Paso
you know,
because they're gonna
they,
exist, not talking English, and
and,
which is
and, that-
fine.
and that's a
They're
problem though, because look, we need a legal way to citizenship. We need that because we have victims and when something happens and we have a victim and they're undocumented, they sometimes won't call the authorities, when they've
true.
been victimized.
Mhm.
You know
right.
what I mean? And that's not that's not cool. That's not cool. So there should be a way to citizenship too,
Or you know what they do
and
too, Pedro?
hmm
You probably heard this. If you get in a fight, you know that person's undocumented. And you know what? All right, cool. You know what? I'm gonna call Border Patrol on you just to scare them, right? And they have to live that, through that all their life. And then here in
Hold
Texas,
on. Let me tell you one when I was driving truck. Uh, so downtown LA, they got a warehouse for Kennington shirts. You guys know what Kennington shirt is? It's a
no.
designer shirt for guys.
Penitent.
Are you leaning back, Mr. Davis?
I'm sorry.
Are you leaning back?
Yes, I am. Okay,
Okay.
I'm sorry. But anyway, Kennington shirts. It says they're American made, but when I'm gonna show you just the whole story. They're playing the game, right? So they buy the material here, they send it to Mexico to have it cut, then they send it to China to have it sewed together, right?
Okay.
And then they send it back here.
Oh,
Oh,
But
okay, okay.
because they bought the material here, they're able to say it was made in America, right?
True.
So, but anyway, I'm on my way up in there to make a delivery one time, and when I pull up and I'm coming, to turn in the gate, there was an immigration bus sitting out front. So when I get back around to the back where the docks are, I mean, all the Hispanic guys, they run it, right?
Yeah.
But the boss, the supervisor, he's standing on the dock and he's telling these guys, anybody make it back to work by Monday morning still got a job.
Really?
Okay. and I'm serious, man. Border Patrol was rounding them guys up and putting them on that bus. But bottom line, he let them know, y'all make it back by Monday, y'all still got a job.
I got a question for both of you guys, and even Brittany. So if you buy the material to make something in the United States and they ship it out overseas or across the border, do you guys consider that made in America?
No.
Right,
Yes,
but
no.
but because of legality,
Yes.
you can, because the original material was purchased here.
So you should say made in America, assembled overseas.
There you go.
know, all of that good stuff. So
That's funny.
on that note, today is Thursday. I appreciate everybody for dropping in. Monica, whoever, Whistler, my brother.
By the way, when do the interest group start up again, Mr. Davis? So people can know.
First one tomorrow will be the movie night for tomorrow. The new
Okay.
schedule actually starts today, but first Thursday, there's never anything on the first Thursday. So the new schedule started. The new schedule starts today, but this ain't nothing on the first Thursday. So
True.
but all that to say that tomorrow that we will not have a coffee time. It's that time of the month where we got our chapter meeting. So I will not be here. I got to go down to Claremont to do that stuff. So we won't be back until Monday morning, y'all. So on that note, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Football, yeah. Football,
Yeah.
football,
Any
football.
last comments, Britt, before we go? So give some shout outs.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe
no.
not. I mean,
Maybe
I
she's
don't wanna
gone
go down.
already. I don't know.
No, well, Pedro, you gotta cut her a break. She's on the phone buying their tickets for bus 2. Okay, so come on, we can't be there. We gotta give her some time.
Okay, well, she's got till Tuesday. I mean, or she can just say she don't want to go. Either way, it's all good, you know. But anyway, we got till Tuesday for the bus. So
Monica
last
was the
week-
last comment, guys. I just checked.
Okay. But anyway, like I said, if you guys want to jump on that bus, you got this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Today's payday for a lot of us. You know,
Oh, that's
So,
right.
can't say you can't
Vamos
say you
viajar
ain't
porque
got
a
the
comprar
money.
papas.
I actually forgot. I looked at my account. I was like, oh, snap. And guess what? My bills did not forget.
Oh hell no! They
Hell
don't
no.
forget all that auto pay stuff is automatic, baby. Whether you got money or not, you better make sure you got money in there to cover that stuff.
Right.
So,
Oh,
anyway, on that note again, y'all, I'll see you guys on Monday morning. Everybody have a great weekend.